Righto guys, so lately probably one of the main questions been having asked to the channel, especially around these bait building videos we've been doing, is what is dingle dangles and how do you make them? Now in the last video we explained pretty well what dingle dangles are, so in this one we're going to show you how to make a basic dingle dangle. Now the dingle dangle that I'm going to make today is going to be specifically made for loose baits, and when I say loose baits, baits that I want to have a bit of movement in the water. So we're not going to use a solid piece of wire today, we're going to use multi-strand lighter wire. So the wire I'm going to use today is going to be 20-pound Helco just stainless steel nylon coated wire with the correct sleeves. The size split ring I'm going to use today is a 6.4mm split ring, which I buy in really large bags. We're going to need some green Lumo tube and of course some crimping pliers. Now guys, dingle dangles are not going to get much more simple than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the camera around so it's focused straight on this white bait board here. Now the reason we're going to do it on the white bait board is so you can actually see what I'm doing, because wire and stuff is not going to show up against the shirt and the black table. So I'll switch the camera now and we'll get it nice and zoomed in on here and we'll show you exactly what a dingle dangle is. So as I said, to make this dingle dangle we're going to need Helco wire is what I'm going to use. This is a 20-pound. Now 20-pound is ample for what we're going to do. I've got my nylon sleeves, my solid rings. Now these are just some cheap ones I get off eBay for about $9. I use these when I can't get the Harbour ones. I really love the Harbour solid rings, but if I can't get them, as I said, the DFS, then you've got your Lumo tube and your pliers or something just to crimp with, and it'll all be good. So how we're going to start this is we're just going to get a nice length of wire. Now the length of your dingle dangle that you're going to make is going to depend on the kind of bait that you're planning on building. Now I'm going to build on this particular one, I'm going to try and build a whole squid bait. Okay, so what I need is I need my dingle dangle to be roughly the length of the body of the squid, so I get no tangles. We're going to use that. We're going to grab one solid ring because that's all we're going to need. You're going to need two of these little fellas, two sleeves. Now if you're not careful, they go everywhere. We're good. So there's your two sleeves there, and we're going to get to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to attach my solid ring. Okay, so we go through the solid ring like that. So it's just dangling there like that. Okay, sorry if this doesn't focus well. And then we're going to get our sleeve, slide it on like that. We're going to put the sleeve up, both strands of wire through the sleeve of course. Now make sure your sleeves are a nice tight fit, and then what we're going to do here is we're just going to pull this fella up nice and tight. Now I actually like getting it really quite tight there, like that. Okay, so you can see there that the solid ring is on, and then all I'm going to do here, oh there's the doggy, is I'm just going to quickly crimp that one shut there. You guys all know how to crimp stuff, and once that's crimped, that's done. So there's step one of the dingle dangle, guys, just like that. Okay, then we're going to work out, as I said, our squid bait size. Now roughly my squid baits are, I guess you could say from the tip of my finger to halfway down my palm. So that's where I want that to stop there. I can pretty much trim off a big part of that. Let's go, goodbye Charlie. Get my other little sleeve. Okay, so we thread him on like that. Okay, bend that over. Now all we're doing here is we're just making a loop at the other end. So as you can see, it's through there. We're just going to go, we're going to leave that loop a bit longer, okay? So if I put it against my thumbnail, you can sort of see how roughly big it is. And then we're going to crimp him off, right? You don't need to see me do this, you already know how to crimp. So, whack him in there. Okay, that's crimped. Now, what do we need the bit of Lumo tube for? We're going to cut off a tiny little bit of Lumo tube, roughly about 1 centimetre long. Okay, then what we're going to do is over the end without the solid ring, we're going to slide the Lumo tube over the top. Now, the reason we're going to slide the Lumo tube over the top, just like that, over that loop, is because when we've got the loop exposed like that, you can actually see that, of course, the hook will go through there, because that's what we're going to slide over the top of our hook. The hook will go through there and then it can just come off, because it's obviously a greater diameter than the hook. So by sliding this bit of tube over the top here like this, not only does it act as a bit of an attractant in my eyes, but that tube there covering the eye of the dangle, okay, that stops the hook from pulling back out of the dangle. So we simply just thread the hook straight through there, and then that then sits and you build your bait off it. Now, that's really as simple as it gets when coming to build a dangle, guys. It doesn't need to be any more complicated. The wire doesn't need to be any heavier than that. In fact, I personally think that is the optimal way to build a dangle for building soft baits on that we want to move around in the water. Of course, if you wanted to just build a casting aid to put on the bottom of your gang, make your dangle only that long there, right? So you've only got a tiny little 1.5 centimetre dangle. All right, guys, I'm just going to switch the camera back over. Right, so there you go, guys. That's exactly how simple it is to build a dangle. We've got an absolute ripper there, which is going to be perfect for chasing all sorts of fish like your mulloway and your snapper, tailor, and so forth. And it's really going to help you cast just that much better. Now, guys, I really hope this short little demonstration is helpful to you. And I really, really hope that this helps you cast a lot further and helps you understand more about dangles. Now, in the future, we're going to show you how to build different types of dangles, okay? Floating bait dangles, stiff wire dangles, all sorts. But the whole idea of today's video was just to get the basic principles on how to build a dangle out of the way. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next episode.